guys, Ben here working on your swing analysis work and just wanted to work from the ground up, so let's go ahead and get started here. I want to first talk about our stance. Stance I really like. I really like where your hands are. Your hands are way high, and I like high hands. It's always good. Make sure they're not too high, but your hands are very, very high and working downhill. I have no problems with it being high as long as you're staying consistent. So I do like you're nice and tall with our posture. Your back's nice and straight. Your eyes are on the ball. Your hands have a good distance between your hands and your ears. Your knees are bent. Your shoulders are inside of your feet. So everything looks pretty good in regards to our start. Let's go ahead and see what happens as I go to swing here. One thing I do see is as I do land foot, it's very important when the front foot lands that you stop going forward and you just rotate into the ball. So make sure as I land, you can see if I focus on that front foot, at land foot, I'm going to draw a line up on your, so land foot's right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line here of where land foot is. So I back up. Your front toe has landed, so I'm going to take this line and draw it right off your shoulder and right off your eyes there. So at this point of your swing, you should just rotate. And what you'll see, the big thing for you is I keep going through it. And that means every pound that you go forward, you lose all that power because now everything is going to transfer into my arm. So once you land foot, which is there, you want to be done going forward, and then you're going to be able to turn into be more rotational, and you're going to really explode through the ball. But it's called a drift or a glide, and you're going to keep going. And what that is a contact. You're going to be coming off your backside. You can see how that toe is actually dragging, and you're up on your toe there. And that's going to what that does is a contact. That means you're all upper body. You can see how straight that leg is, and I'm going to get the baseball. The head finishes out actually over the front knee, and that's going to be an issue. At this point of our swing, what you ideally want is you want this to be more on the ball of your foot, not the toe, and you want a little bit better angle with having more power in our legs and having this line go more up this way, where your head's going to be back on this line compared to being forward on the front leg. And you want to have this front side to be nice and closed and firm, and that back leg to be bent. So kind of like this green person is kind of how you want those mechanics to be compared to, you can see at the end. See how firm and locked out that back leg is? You really don't want to be locked out on that back leg. So that's going to make a huge difference in regards to our swing. I would focus on tee work, getting really heavy on the back leg. Not heavy enough to where you're going to get stuck back there, but hitting's about timing. So you obviously want to try to be perfect in regards to where you want to be on your weight, but again, it's something to really work on. What I would work on is standing in on pitchers or taking some pitches just to make sure you're really solid at contact, getting the contact and stopping. Let's go into another swing here. So I'm going to draw a foot. There's land foot. So now we're done with our upper body, and let's see if your head keeps going forward. You can see how I go right through it. Again, not bad, but again, at contact, we're really up on our toe there, which a lot of guys do. You just got to be careful that you don't go out and get everything, because what happens is if the ball's away, it's hard to really let that ball travel and drive it the other way if you're going to be way out and hit everything outside of your front foot. And it seems like a lot of things you hit are way outside of your front foot. In order to hit the ball the other way, that ball's got to get inside of our feet at some point to really drive the ball the other way. So if you figure focusing on hitting the ball more up the middle the other way, basically that gap to gap, you really want to focus on some tee work and things. You can see at the end of the swing how much that back leg is really locked out and straight. You're up on your toe, and all your weight is forward, so you're going to just be a lot of arms. Remember, if both legs are straight and firm, then you're basically just all arms when you hit. And you definitely want to be able to use your entire body when you can. Obviously, that's going to be pretty darn important for you as you get older here. So make sure, here's another swing. Make sure in that land foot that your head doesn't go forward. It just kind of rotates. Did a little bit better. But again, you want this head to be back here, and that's going to get you behind the ball and get you stronger at contact. Now, whatever happens after contact, that's fine. But make sure we don't want to go out and get the ball every time. You want to always really let the ball travel to you. I think standing in, you can see at the end of our swing again that both legs are pretty much completely locked. So we want to make sure at contact and after contact to try to keep that bend, keep that back leg nice and bent, and not being able to transfer so much up to where your head's over your front knee, and that's going to be where you're going to be more upper body when you hit. So I would work on a T-work, work on mirror, looking yourself in the mirror to make sure at contact that your head stays inside of our feet and gets behind the ball, and hold your finish to check yourself out, check your back leg out right now. You can see that it's kind of locked out, and those are the things to really work on. That's going to make a big difference in your swing. So go ahead and start working on these things. I look forward to your next video, and we'll chat soon.